Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And today we have, of course, another unboxing. So this right here is the Acer 16-inch model PM161Q. So one of the cool things about this particular portable monitor is that it has HDMI. Now, let me go right ahead and be a little bit clear. It doesn't have the regular HDMI, but it does have the mini HDMI. So I believe this actually has an adapter. So that's pretty cool because that's going to be a little bit more versatile. I know that I've seen certain models, not, Acer models, but different types of models that they would only connect via USB Type-C. So with this one, from my understanding, I believe this does come with USB Type-C as well as the HDMI. So anyways, nonetheless, I am super excited to go right ahead and actually check out this monitor. So let's go right ahead and see what we got. So a couple of features that this monitor has. So this is a full HD 1920 by 1080p resolution. Of course, like I said, it is portable, so which is a plus because that's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for something like this. And it is an IPS monitor. Of course, we do have the Type-C. Crazy enough, this is wall mountable, so that's going to be interesting. It has blue light shield, has flickerless, and comfy view. Anyway, so yeah, those are some of the features. So let's go right ahead and actually take a look and see what's inside of here. So let's go right ahead and actually see what we get greeted with first. So it's nicely packaged. This is basically nicely protected. And the first thing we see is the actual portable monitor itself. Now, this is, just without, actually taking out of the wrapper, it's like, this is super light. It's like, it's not that heavy whatsoever. Alrighty, let's go right ahead and basically open this up and see how it looks. Alright, so there it is. So here is the portable monitor itself. It's kind of tripped out. It's like how small it is compared to the actual monitors that I have over here for my streaming setup. Just kind of comparing the two. And to tell you the truth, it's like these monitors aren't even that big. I think they're probably maybe 27-inch monitors. So it's not too much of a difference, but it's like, yeah, kind of comparing them side by side, it's a little bit smaller for sure. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look. Of course, this is plastic. Let me go right ahead and kind of look around. So one of the things that I was wondering, and I guess I'll have to kind of see if this does come with built-in speakers. So I'm not entirely sure if this might be the speakers right here. But if not, that's fine. I'm going to be, of course, connecting either, directly to a 3.5 millimeter jack, or if not, I'll go right ahead and basically just connect via Bluetooth. So we do have, of course, the stand right here. Now, this stand is actually some sort of aluminum right here. So it is pretty sturdy right there. Now, looking, of course, over here to the side. So we do have, of course, two USB Type-C's, and we do have the HDMI or the mini HDMI port right here. Now, underneath, we do have these little kind of like rubber feet right here. So we do have two of them in the actual screen itself, and then we do have two of them right here on this little stand. Okay, so over here on this other side, so we do have a power button right here. We have an up and down arrow, a menu arrow, and then, so we also have a little 3.5 millimeter jack right there. See if it wants to, there we go. If it wants to focus, we have one right there. Now, looking at the actual mountability, so we do have, of course, some screws over here in the back that you can actually see. So most likely that's what you'll use to go right ahead and actually mount this if you actually want to mount it to a wall. Alrighty, cool deal. So let me go right ahead and see what other goodies we get. Alrighty, of course, most likely this is going to be some instructions manual, of course, some more information on the actual monitor itself. So we do have that there. Now, regarding cables, let's see what we get. So we do get, on one of them, we do have the little mini HDMI to regular HDMI cable right there. So one of the things that I might do is just to have something extra is I might go and buy a little, kind of a little adapter for mini to regular HDMI. But you do technically get the cables for this. And then, of course, we also get a USB Type-C cable right there. So that's C to C. Now, I will say this. If you are planning on basically using the HDMI, you got to make sure that you have power, because it won't self-power with HDMI. So just FYI on that. So another thing I want to go ahead and show you is actually the actual stand. So this actually goes all the way back to the actual screen itself. But what you can do is you could just go right ahead and just kind of, adjust it as needed. And then you could go right ahead and kind of have a good viewing angle if need be. Okay, so now that we have this set up, let me go right ahead and start connecting some devices, and let's go right ahead and see how it looks. The first device that I'm going to be using is, let me go right ahead and we'll use my cell phone. That would be a good starting point, right? If I want to go right ahead and basically have an actual monitor connected to my cell phone. So let me go ahead and power everything up. Alrighty, so here is, of course, the first look. So as you can see, I am playing one of my videos. This is technically one of the weekend live streams that I usually do. So you actually technically see that it's technically mirrored. Now, one thing that my hunch was right is this does have two speakers. Now, they're not the best speakers, but, it's like, I mean, if you're wanting to get a little bit more audio on that, I mean, you could just basically, like I said, either connect the 3.5 millimeter headphones or even use Bluetooth at that point. So here's, of course, basically how the setup is like all it is just basically the cable connected to my phone directly to the monitor itself. Right now, it has no external power source or anything like that. So now that we already verified, of course, that my phone is good to go, let me go right ahead and connect my tablet. I'm fairly certain it's going to be the exact same thing, but let's go right ahead and check it out. So first issue, of course, that I've encountered right now. So this is not the issue because of the monitor. This is most likely an issue because of my Android tablet. So unfortunately, with this tablet, I can't really, the signal doesn't get thrown to the USB, from the USB Type-C to the actual monitor. So whenever I connect it and, everything looks like it wants to connect, I just get like a no signal at that point. So, unfortunately, first thing is, this is a no-go for my tablet. Now, let's move on. So, since we found out that, of course, my phone was able to connect and unfortunately my tablet can't connect, what about my Switch? It's like, can I go ahead and connect to it? And how does it look? Well, let's go ahead and show you. So everything's already connected. We already have, of course, the Switch. Everything's already on. Of course, we do have the HDMI cable connected. We do have the USB Type-C connected. Now, I will tell you this. It doesn't really matter which USB Type-C port you connect to here. As long as you have enough power going to the monitor, you should be good. You could go right ahead and use either port. So just FYI on that one. But there it is. So we have an image right there. And if I actually grab my controller, can actually go through and actually move around, as you can see right there. So pretty cool. It's like, I don't know if, I really don't know if the mic picks it up, but you can somewhat hear kind of like the little clicking sound. So So there we go. So yeah, so that is of course connected. So one thing I wanted to go ahead and show you that I forgot to show you initially is this actually does have a menu button here. So you could go right ahead and actually brighten the actual display, and you can as well as do some additional kind of little tweaks in there. So let me show you some examples. So as you can see right there, it's like we do have, you know, of course, a menu there. So you could go right ahead and basically kind of go through everything, through the brightness, contrast, black balancing. Oops, let me try it one more time. Sorry, black balancing, you know, HDR if needed, you know, super sharpness, the color, the audio, of course, here. So you could go right ahead and increase the volume as well. Performance right here. OSD here, system itself, so you could go right ahead and basically kind of modify that as well. And then most likely also, of course, the information for the actual monitor itself. Okay, so at this point, I mean, I was going to go right ahead and, you know, actually connect my computer and my PlayStation 5. But I was like thinking about it. I was like, you know what? It's like, I mean, as long as, you know, you see that, you know, it is running through HDMI, it's like you should technically be good to go at that point. Most likely, I think like more for like maybe the PlayStation 5 and your computer, you just have to kind of like change the resolution to be, you know, 1920 by 1080. But you could go right ahead and do that under the settings at that point. Now, let me go ahead and show you exactly one thing that I did find, I guess a little bit, just kind of be careful if you do buy this, this device. So let me go ahead and show you. So now that I had everything connected, just be careful with these cables right here, and more the USB Type-C right here, because the stand, you know, basically, I mean, it opens up, but if just in case, you know, it's way too tight, you know, and you put enough pressure, you know, I really don't want you to either break your cable or, you know, damage the port itself at that point, and as well as the stand. So just FYI on that one, just be a little bit careful. Don't force it too much. Be aware of this as well. Alrighty, everybody. Well, of course, final thoughts. If you're looking for something more travel oriented, that you're like, hey, you know what? You're either going to be traveling or you're looking for something portable, you know, to actually take around and maybe go, you know, of course, you know, to a family event, vacation or something like that. This monitor is perfect for that. I mean, you know, the only thing you need, you know, is just basically USB Type-C if your device supports it, or unless if you're looking for HDMI, just make sure you have, of course, a charger for that. So overall, pretty cool little portable monitor. Now I'm kind of like thinking about it. When is the next time I have to go to a get together? And I'll just basically bring this with me just in case if I get bored and I want to go ahead and basically play either on my Nintendo Switch or, you know, probably take my gaming computer at that point and connect the secondary monitor. Now, another thing that I was even thinking about is, you know, it's like if I ever actually travel and I want to do some sort of, you know, vlog or anything like that, I could go right ahead and kind of take this with me and actually stream. Or yeah, it's like I could technically stream with this, you know, have basically the game on the main monitor, which would be on the laptop, and then actually have, you know, of course, you know, OBS or any other software running on this portable monitor. Anyways, everybody, well, let me know what you think. You know, it's like, is it a good buy? Is it a bad buy? It's like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it good for basically, you know, traveling? Let me know what you think in the comments. Alrighty, everybody. Well, that is going to be the end of this video. Like always, I really do hope you enjoyed the content and as well as the video. And like always, we will catch you on the next one.